my work today includes a variety of things. So I'm Chief Strategy and Impact Officer. So that means the department I lead has two legs to it. One of them is the strategy side, which is where our CQI is housed, which stands for Continuous Quality Improvement. And so what that means is you can go look at a department or a program's operation, map it, see if there's any efficiencies that need to be made with the individuals doing the work, and then we make sure that the database side also mirrors that. So it's efficiency on both sides, from people and process and with our technological system. And also leading the execution of the strategic plan for the whole org. So lots of different metrics, lots of different owners, making sure we're reporting out to the board in a timely way and keeping everybody accountable. So I'd say probably that's the big part of the strategy leg. We're now getting into where we're using a lot of data to make the business-driven decisions using different types of fun data platforms. The other leg is impact, and so that's the evaluation work. How do we know any of the programs we're doing are making an impact? And so it's moving beyond outputs and really getting at outcomes, health benefit outcomes, and really measuring that. And so logic models, evaluation plans, and then that full circle of data collection and communicating back to the programs. So yeah, I would say that kind of encompasses it.
What successes are you seeing with projects and within the organization overall?
Well, it's a really exciting time for our org. I feel like we are gearing up for kind of like this next version of Meals on Wheels Central Texas, which is exciting. So I would say some of the highlights are, it's been a year and a half since I've been over the process improvement as a whole, and we've made a lot of headway, from increasing the speed to onboarding certain programs, getting the right metrics in place to be able to evaluate the operational day-to-day and not just the impact of the programs. So that's been great. Our strategic plan, this is the first strategic plan I've ever seen really be a living thing after it was published. Every single staff member knows what it is, knows what the acronym is that reflects it, and gets to hear about it every other month and where we are on it. So I feel from a full, true execution of a strategic plan, I've never seen it done like this. So I think that's an incredible thing. And then we've got really cool projects like the one of the innovation grants with Nueva, which is, you know, a meal delivery app. If anything across our industry, a home delivered meal network across the US, we need delivery apps that help us track real time when things are done, getting everything digital, and also some of those check-in questions at the home. So I'd say those are some of the highlights going on right now.
What advice do you have about working with partners?
Well, I guess it depends on the type of partner. Most of the partners I engage with are academia or healthcare in that way. And I find that knowing that healthy friction is inevitable and a good thing, but it's really just making sure that both sides kind of understand what each of the goals are for each entity and how you can meet those goals, both of your sides' goals together, and coming at it that way. Because both sides are going to have their own interests of what they want to accomplish. It's really important voicing those, but also putting a plan together to meet them together.
What do you wish you would have known before you began your role?
A few things. I think that it is a marathon. I am very action oriented and I like to get things done. I like to check boxes. I like to move on. I like timelines. I like deliverables. I like all of that. But it is a marathon and I can't always sprint. So when you want to make change, you can't always sprint. I think it takes a long time if anything you're trying to implement is a change in thought. And around the organization, change takes a lot of time, a lot of patience, a lot of perseverance, a lot of data to push why you need to go in this direction. So it is things that can seem logical and something that makes sense. Throw it all out because you're going to have to take the time with educating on that logic, educating the pros and cons. If we don't do this, this is what will happen. If we do this, this is what the alternative could be. And realizing it takes time.
What is one fun or interesting fact about you?
Well, I Halloween is my favorite holiday. And I learned, in addition to 9 other people at the time that I was working with, we learned the entire Thriller, Michael Jackson Thriller dance, which is 6 minutes. And we not only performed it for our respite group at the time, and for all staff, but we went and flash mobbed Austin, Texas in multiple high traffic areas and still danced the Thriller on the side of the street and actually made it on the Spanish news in Austin that night. That was several years ago, but it was a lot of fun. But most people would not think that I would do that, and I totally would do it again.